Our debut single comes out March 5th on Show Dog Records, Your Last Good Time. There's wars and insurrection. Trouble comes in all direction. Hair loss and indigestion. You only pump after you pay. You know all I gotta say is, come on, dance with your hands above your head. Take a toke and float that keg. Let me hear everybody holler, hey, 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 hey. Call the craziest friends that you can find. Get your supercalifragilistic freak on. Let your uptight world unwind. Party like it might be your last good time. Last good time. Nobody knows when it comes to fate. Numbers up when the dam will break. Yesterday's just a day too late. You gotta make your tail feather shake, 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 shake. We got the here and we got the now. We got the whammy bar guitar going wow, 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 wow. Turn it up real loud. Above your head, take a toke and float that keg. Let me hear everybody holler, hey, 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 hey. Call the craziest friends that you can find. Get your supercalifragilistic freak on. Let your uptight ass unwind. Party like it might be your last good time. You can find. Get your supercalifragilistic freak on. Let your uptight world unwind. Party like it might be your last good time. Your last good time. Let's talk about Tequila Sheila. Now she was sipping on a margarita. She was holding down a corner stool. Yeah, she dialed me in with her Instamatic grin. You know, I thought she thought that I was cool. I have to say I had me a good time. Yeah, even with the shape I'm in, she led me astray. Oh no, Massa Jose, Tequila Sheila strikes again. Woke up in a motel bed, freight train running through my head, minus my wallet, my watch and my boots. The only thing she left me was my birthday suit. I faintly remember I haven't evolved, but the last thing I really recall, she was sipping on a margarita, and she was holding down a corner stool. Yeah, she dialed me in with her Instamatic grin. You know, I thought she thought that I was cool. I have to say I had me a good time. Yeah, even with the shape I'm in, She led me astray. Oh no, Masa Jose, tequila, Sheila strikes again. Just then came a knock at the door. Cops bust in, they throw me down on the floor. Said my old truck was in a robbery, and I looked just like the fella in the passenger seat. I thought the judge would understand, so I told him y'all when I raised my right hand. She was sipping on a margarita. She was holding down a corner stool. Yeah, she dialed me in with her Instamatic grin. You know, I thought she thought that I was cool. I have to say I had me a good time. Yeah, even with the shape I'm in, she led me astray. Oh no, not so Jose, tequila, Sheila strikes again. Tequila, Sheila strikes again. Tequila, Sheila strikes again. They found me guilty of a crime. Now I'm eating bologna doing 1129. Sharing a cell with a fella named Miguel. I asked what he was in for. He told me, senor, she was sipping on a margarita, and she was holding down a corner stool. Yeah, she dialed me in with her Instamatic grin. You know, I thought she thought that I was cool. I have to say I had me a good time. Yeah, even with the shape I'm in, she led me astray. Then she sashayed away. Tequila, Sheila strikes again. Tequila, Sheila strikes again.
Hello, everybody. This is Flynnville Train. The song we wrote, Truck Stop in the Sky. It's a song that got us here. Kick it off, boys.
Yeah, Rambling always suited Johnny for a middle name. And when the kids went out to play, he'd play those trucker games. Well, he'd spin out on the gravel just as fast as he could go. And all his teachers knew one day he'd be the king of the road. When he got out of school, he bought himself a Big Mac truck. He got a kiss from his mama, a hug from his daddy, and a load of love. He hauled corn out of Echo 41 years down to New Orleans. He climbed up Montego Mountain just to hear the big old engine scream. The truck stops in the sky. Now don't you be surprised if someday they build one that high. But the truck stops in the sky belong to those who have died on some narrow road upon some mountainside. You know, he climbed the Montego Mountain one stormy night. It slid right off the edge and a good man lost his life. But all the way up to heaven, Johnny drove a straight white line. And his soul still lives to hear them big old engines whine. Yeah, truck stops in the sky. Now don't you be surprised if someday they build one that high. But the truck stops in the sky belong to those who have died on some narrow road upon
got a letter from Marty Stewart while we were on stage opening for him, and the bus door was standing open just a little ways. And he sent some lady up from the fair and festival there to give it to us. And I seen that something was coming from the bus. I thought maybe we got to cut our set short or something. Maybe we're playing over. But Marty's not like that at all. He's all about the music. And to read that letter saying that we were the first act he's ever played with that was worth in a long time, and he considered us brothers in arms. That is unbelievable, and I can't tell you how I felt after reading that.
Yeah.
And to be a big fan of his to start with way before that, it's just unbelievable. And thank you very much, Marty Stewart.
Yeah. Well, the debut single, Last Good Time, we're really excited about it. It's a great song talking about get your supercalifragilistic freak on and let your uptight world unwind, which I don't think there's enough of anymore. Everything seems to be quite uptight, so we're really looking forward to breaking it out and seeing what kind of damage we can do with it.
Supercalifragilistic freak on.
Of course, Steeler Wheels was an influence on our music. The wonderful thing about this group is that we all grew up in musical families, so we all grew up being musical sponges. Everything from listening to our grandparents sing at church to George Jones, Marty Stewart, Bobby Bear, which we were actually had a great opportunity to perform with this week. Even Toby Keith, even the new people. Everybody jumping out at us. We just soak in everything, and everything influences us.
I'm going to have to be honest with you, being musicians, a drummer, a guitar player, I mean, if you didn't think of Ringo Starr as a kid when you were a drummer, you weren't listening very well. But yeah, there's so many influences. We come from central Indiana. It's a melting pot up there of blues, country, classic country. I mean, it's just everywhere. It's almost like being down here on Broadway almost. And yeah, I've had a lot of influences. Obviously the Beatles, Glenn Campbell. When I was growing up, I was a big Glenn Campbell fan, and it's hard to say who your influences are because there's so many of them, and I guarantee you're going to leave one out, and I don't want to leave none out. This is Tommy Bales on the drums, Jeremy Patterson on rhythm and lead guitar. This is Tim Beeler on the bass guitar. It's my brother Brent Flynn on lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and vocals, and I'm Brian Flynn. Yeah, the song Tequila Sheila, I think every young man in this world and old can relate to this so well. I know I can. When I heard the song the very first time, it painted such a picture for me. And every time we play it at the radio stations or in clubs, they all just look at you, and the girls too. The girls love it because there's a lot of Sheilas in this world.
Yep. Everybody relates to it.
I relate to it so well, and a lot of my friends and the people we've played it for around the country, it's really going over really, really well. And I think a great song, when it paints a picture for you, it's a good song.
The next thing for Flynnville Train, we're going to shoot a video for our debuting single, The Last Good Time, here in a couple weeks, and then we're on the Toby Keith tour for the whole summer. Don't know the dates. Coming to a city near you, I would assume. The song, our single, is coming out, Last Good Time. I really love that the message that the song puts out there. Let your uptight ass unwind. And I think there's a lot of people in the world that need to listen to that.
Growing up, we swore we came from nowhere. 3 stoplights right off the interstate. And always dreamed that one day we'd be leaving. Yeah, the years went by and we could hardly wait. Last time we saw that town, we was dragging cans. Just married written on the windows of my van. I guess nowhere, somewhere she'd rather be. Yeah, right back in the last place she'd ever thought she'd see. And I guess loving me is harder than it appears to be, 'cause she'd rather be nowhere than somewhere with me. Well, came up here to someplace people heard of, and drove these city streets like a wonderland. But I guess I was too hard to hang on to. Yeah, going back was never in her plans. Man, I thought that nothing could make her leave this place other than a goodbye. That's the hardest thing to face. And I guess nowhere is somewhere she'd rather be. Yeah, right back in the last place she'd ever thought she'd see. And I guess loving me is harder than it appears to be, 'cause she'd rather be nowhere than somewhere with me. When I think about what she's gone back to, then I think about what I put her through. And I guess nowhere is somewhere she'd rather be. Yeah, right back in the last place she'd ever thought she'd see. And I guess loving me is harder than it appears to be, 'cause she'd rather be nowhere than somewhere. You're out there, then right here, you know where, then somewhere with me. Right here with me. Then here with me. Right here with me. Yeah. Well, I know just why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared, I guess I'll fall on my chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. The clown's to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm all over the place. The clown's to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, you started out with nothing, and you're proud you are a self-made man. Then your family all come crawling, slap you on the back and say, please, please. Try to make some sense of it all. Well, I can see it makes no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor? Well, I can see I can't take it anymore. The clown's to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Well, I know just why I came here tonight, but I got the feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared, I guess I'll fall off my chair, and I know I can't get down them stairs. The clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Come on, dance, wave your hands above your head. Take a toke and float that keg. Let me hear everybody holler, hey, 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 hey. Call the craziest friends that you can find. Get your supercalifragilistic freak on. Let your uptight world unwind.
It's a great song talking about get your supercalifragilistic freak on and let your uptight world unwind.
Party life, it might be your last good time.